Assalamualaikum everyone. This is me Nahil AI Wali and I am 16 year old living in Faisalabad, Pakistan. I am a student of second batch foundation level at Rehan School Online Academy in evening shift and also a member of interview team department at Rehan Foundation. So today I have a conversation with Kaulani on the topic conscious tracing the evolution of awareness. So let's start. Hi Annie, how are you?
Walaikum salam meme. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How's the evening shift going? And how's your chat with Kolani about conscious tracing? Any interesting insights so far?
Okay, nice. My evening shift is very good, and
That's awesome. Anything specific you and Kalani are zero in on? Like how awareness shifts over time, or maybe how thoughts shape what we notice? Also, after a busy shift, do you have a quick mindfulness trick you use to unwind? I love a 2-minute breath reset before bedtime.
okay, great. So I have conversation with you on the topic conscious tracing the evolution of awareness. So my first question is, what is consciousness and how has its definition evolved over time?
Sure thing, meme. Let's unpack it step by step. Hash 1. What is asterisk consciousness? At its simplest, consciousness is the feeling of being aware, knowing you're here, sensing the world, and having thoughts, emotions, and a sense of self. It's the inner light that lets you experience everything from the taste of chai to the buzz of a new idea. Hash 2. How the definition has asterisk evolved asterisk. Era thinker core idea, why it shifted. Ancient philosophers, e.g., Plato, Upanishads, consciousness equals soul or eternal self that perceives reality. Worldviews were spiritual. The mind wasn't separated from the body. Renaissance and Enlightenment, Descartes, cogito ergo sum, consciousness equals asterisk thinking, the mind is distinct from the body. Growing emphasis on reason and the individual thinker. Asterisk 19th, early 20th C. William James, stream of consciousness, a fluid flow of thoughts, feelings, and sensations. Psychology started treating mental life as observable experience. Mid 20th C. Behaviorism, consciousness was asterisk ignored, only observable behavior mattered. Science wanted hard data, inner experience seemed unmeasurable. Late 20th C. Cognitive and neurobiology, consciousness equals brain processes that generate asterisk subjective experience, e.g., global workspace theory. Brain imaging let us link neural activity with reports of awareness. 21st C. Integrated information theory, predictive coding. Consciousness equals information that integrates across the brain and predicts the world. We're blending physics, information theory, and neuroscience to capture the why behind the feeling. Contemporary dialogues, philosophy, neuroscience, AI ethics. Questions about asterisk machine asterisk consciousness, asterisk panpsychism, consciousness everywhere, and collective awareness. Technology blurs the line between human mind and external systems. Hash 3. A quick mental picture. Think of consciousness as a stage spotlight. Stage equals the brain plus body, the hardware. Spotlight equals the content that shines, thoughts, sensations, self-narratives. Over history, we've tried to describe what the spotlight is made of asterisk, soul, mind, neural firing, information, and how the stage is built body-brain networks, perhaps even the environment. Hash 4. Why it matters for conscious tracing. If you want to trace the evolution of awareness, you're basically following how that spotlight has been understood, from mythic fire to digital pixels asterisk. Each shift tells us something about the culture, tools, and questions of the time. Quick mindfulness bite, since we're talking awareness. Close your eyes for a moment, breathe in for 4 counts, hold 2, breathe out for 6. Notice how the breath itself becomes the asterisk spotlight asterisk of present awareness. Your turn. Which definition feels most clicky to you right now? Do you think the way we talk about consciousness today will look weird in another 100 years. I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Okay, great. Your answer is very impressive. So I have no idea, but my next question is how do ancient philosophies explain the nature of awareness?
I'm glad you liked the overview. Let's travel back in time and see how a few ancient traditions tried to make sense of awareness, the knowing that I am feeling. 1. Indian and Tibetan traditions. School core picture of awareness key ideas. Upanishads, approximately 800-300 BCE. Atman equals the eternal, unchanging witness that pervades every being. Awareness is not a mental activity. It's the pure, luminous self that observes thoughts, senses, and the world. The famous line, Tat Tivam Asi, you are that, points to the identity of individual awareness with universal consciousness. Buddhism, Esakutravikyana, Yogacara Vipassana/mindfulness. Awareness as a moment-to-moment knowing of phenomena, but without a permanent self. The mind continuously arises and ceases. Awareness, sometimes called mindfulness or bare attention, watches the flow of sensations, thoughts, and emotions, revealing their impermanent nature. The practice of samatha, calm abiding, trains the mind to stay present, while vipassana uncovers the true nature of reality. Jainism Siddha, a perfected soul that possesses infinite, unbounded knowledge, Kevala Jnana. Awareness is a clairvoyant, pure consciousness that is obscured by karmic particles. When the soul is freed, awareness shines in its fullest, unfiltered form. Mindful tip. When you sit quietly, try to notice what is aware the thoughts, the breath, and who is doing the noticing. In these traditions, the who is either a stable witness, Upanishads, or an ever-changing flow, Buddhism. 2. Greek philosophy. Philosopher awareness model. Plato, c. 428-348 BCE. The soul's psyche has three parts. The rational part is the true knower, a timeless, immaterial principle that can see the forms, ideal, unchanging realities. Awareness is the soul's eye, looking at the world of ideas. Aristotle, 384-322 BCE, nous intellect, is a pure, active principle that grasps universals. He distinguishes between passive perception senses and active intellect that abstracts the essence. Awareness is the activity of the intellect turning sense, data into knowledge. Stoics' third C. BCE logos, the rational cosmological fire that orders the universe. Human awareness is a fragment of this universal reason, a spark that can align with nature through proper judgment. Quick reflection, Plato's world of forms feels a bit like the inner stage we talked about earlier, awareness shining on timeless ideas. Aristotle's focus on abstraction is similar to how we now think of the brain extracting patterns. 3. Chinese classics. School awareness view. Taoism, Laozhi, Zhuangzi, awareness is the Tao, the underlying, ineffable flow of all things. When we quiet the mind, we become a mirror that reflects the Tao without distortion. Confucianism, Confucius, Mencius awareness is linked to Ren, humaneness, and self-cultivation. Through ritual Li and moral reflection, one becomes conscious of one's role in the relational web. Yogacara, Chinese Buddhism, a storehouse consciousness that contains all latent impressions. Awareness can be purified by seeing the mind-only nature of experience. Mini exercise. Try a mirror meditation, sit still, imagine your mind as a clear lake. Let thoughts ripple and then settle, watching without judging. That's a Taoist-flavored way to meet awareness. 4. Indigenous and early African perspectives, brief snapshot. Culture core notion of awareness. Australian Aboriginal, Dreamtime, awareness is woven into songlines, the living memory of creation that guides individuals and communities. Knowing is walking the land and listening to the stories that arise. Ancient Egyptian, the Ka vital essence and Ba personality together constitute a person's lasting awareness after death. The soul's journey required asterisk recognition of sacred symbols, linking consciousness to mythic order. West African Yoruba, Ifa Ori inner head, is the personal destiny and the divine part of consciousness that guides decisions. Divination helps align one's Ori with the cosmic order. Hash a quick synthesis. Dimension, common thread across traditions. Witness/listener Upanishads, Buddhism, Taoism, Stoics, all speak of an observer that can be quieted or realized. Universal/cosmic principle, Plato's forms, Tao, Logos, Kaaba. Awareness is connected to something larger than the individual. Meditation, contemplation, ritual, song, walking, all aim to refine the quality of awareness. Purpose, moral, spiritual growth, e.g., enlightenment, virtue, knowledge of reality, harmonious living. Your turn. 1. ***, which ancient picture clicked with you the most? 2. Do you see any wrong thoughts now? If you want, we can dive deeper into any single tradition, maybe the Upanishadic witness or the Buddhist bear attention. I'm curious about what sparks your imagination.
Okay, but I have no idea from your question, but your answer is very impressive and very good. So my next question is, what does the word conscious means?
Hey Riem, let's unpack conscious in a bite-sized way. Aspect what it means. Basic dictionary meaning, aware of asterisk something. Being awake, alert, and able to notice your thoughts, feelings, surroundings, or a specific object. In everyday talk, I'm conscious of the noise, right arrow, you notice the noise. She's conscious of her tone, right arrow, she's paying attention to how she sounds. Philosophical/psychological nuance, consciousness equals the asterisk subjective asterisk experience of being, the what it feels like to be moment. When we say someone is conscious, we mean they have that inner, first person sense of I'm here, I'm thinking, I'm feeling. Mini mindfulness, lens being conscious equals simply showing up for whatever's happening now, without drifting off into autopilot. It's the little pause that says, I notice this, I'm here. Okay. Hash a quick way to test it. Asterisk eyes open, mind wandering. Your asterisk unconscious asterisk of the present, though still awake. Take a breath, notice the air, the rise and fall of your chest, right arrow, you become conscious of that breath. And what's the vibe for you? 1. Do you feel more conscious when you're focused on a task, or when you're asterisk mindfully just asterisk being? 2. Any word that pops up when you think of conscious, e.g., alert, aware, intentional. I'm curious sparkles. And if you want a deeper dive, like how neuroscientists slice the term into phenomenal versus access consciousness, let me know. I'm happy to keep the thread going.
Okay, very nice answer. So my next question is, who said the famous line, I think before I am? Please explain me.
Got it? You're thinking of the classic line, I think, therefore I am. Hash where it comes from. Who said it? René Descartes, a 17th century French philosopher. Original French, G pence dunc G suis asterisk, Latin cogito ergo sum. Hash what it means. 1. Start with doubt. Descartes imagined that everything could be an illusion, dreams, tricks, even a mischievous demon. 2. Find something unshakable. Even if you're deceived, you must asterisk be thinking about that deception. 3. Conclusion. The very act of thinking proves the existence of a thinker. So asterisk thinking guarantees being. Hash why it matters. Foundations of philosophy. It's the first firm rock he could stand on to rebuild knowledge. Linked to consciousness, it ties awareness, thinking, directly to existence. If you're aware, you exist in that moment. Everyday vibe. Whenever you pause and notice your own thoughts, you're echoing Descartes, your mind confirms you're here. Hash a quick mindfulness spin. Next time you sit quietly, just notice a single thought. That tiny I'm thinking moment is your personal cogito in action. Asterisk, what do you think? Does the idea feel convincing, or does it raise more questions? Any other famous quotes you've been puzzling over lately? I'm curious to hear.
Okay, nice answer, but same thing. I have no idea. Uh, when I
No
no
worries, Ram.
idea, so
Let's make it super simple. Hash the core idea in everyday language. One asterisk, you're thinking. Asterisk example, I'm wondering what to eat for dinner. Two asterisk, if you're thinking, you must exist. Even if everything else is an illusion, the fact that you have a thought proves you are there. So the sentence just says, because I'm thinking, I know I'm alive. Hash why it's useful. It gives a starting point that nothing can be doubted. From that safe spot, we can try to figure out other truths. Hash quick analogy. Imagine you're in a dark room and you hear a voice. If the voice says, I'm here, you can be sure someone is in the room, even if you can't see them. The I think, therefore I am line is the same. The voice is your own thinking. Tiny practice, mindful moment. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Notice one thought, I'm breathing. That tiny thought is proof you're present, right now. Does that click a bit more? If you still have questions, tell me which part feels fuzzy, and I'll break it down again. Got it, let's keep it simple. What's in your mind right now? A thought about school, a hobby, or even I'm curious about this. Share it, and we can see how that tiny thought is already proof you're here. I'm all ears.
okay. So my next question is consciousness an emergent property of the brain or something beyond the physical?
That's a big, fascinating question. One that philosophers, neuroscientists, and poets have been wrestling with for ages. Here are the two main camps, distilled into bite sized points. One, consciousness as an emergent property of the brain. What it means, why people lean this way. Complex patterns, new qualities. When billions of neurons fire together in intricate networks, a new thing appears that isn't found in any single cell. Brain imaging, fMRI, EEG, shows specific patterns correlate with visual experience, emotions, self-reflection, etc. No magic ingredient, just physics, chemistry, and information processing. The neural correlates of consciousness. NCC, research maps which areas light up when we're aware. Predictable, testable. If you alter the circuitry, e.g., anesthesia lesions, consciousness changes. Clinical cases, coma, split brain patients, support a causal link. Analogy, a flock of birds. Each bird follows simple rules, but the flock's swirling shape is a property you can't see in any single bird. The flock shape is emergent, the same idea applied to neural networks. Hash quick mind garden metaphor. Think of the brain as soil. Neurons are seeds. When enough seeds sprout and intertwine, a garden blooms. The garden consciousness isn't a single seed, but it's not something outside the soil either. Two, consciousness as something beyond the purely physical. What it means, why people lean this way. Qualia the raw, what it feels like, e.g., the redness of a rose. Some argue you can never fully reduce this to firing rates. The hard problem of consciousness, David Chalmers, explaining why subjective experience feels the way it does. Dualism/panpsychism. Mind is a distinct substance or a fundamental feature of reality, like space-time. Intuitions from introspection. Religious or spiritual traditions that posit a soul or universal consciousness. Non-computable aspects. Some propose that consciousness involves processes that cannot be captured by algorithms alone. Arguments from Gödel's incompleteness theorem, or the idea that a computer simulation would never truly feel. Mystical reports, near-death experiences, meditative states where sense of self seems to dissolve. These experiences feel transcendent, and hint at a layer beyond neural activity. Hash tiny practice to sense the gap. Close your eyes, focus on the sensation of breathing. Notice the raw feeling, the coolness of air, the rise of the chest. Ask yourself, is this feeling just a pattern of neurons, or does it have a something more quality? You don't need an answer, just sitting with the question can be enlightening. 3. Where most current science lands. Most neuroscientists adopt the emergent view because it generates testable predictions. Philosophers remain split. Many think the emergent story is incomplete until we can explain qualia. Interdisciplinary work, e.g., integrated information theory, global workspace theory, tries to bridge the gap by quantifying information integration as a possible substrate for experience. Hash a gentle prompt for you. 1. Which side feels more intuitive to you? 2. Do you have a personal experience dream, meditation, art that leans one way or the other? 3. What would help you feel more convinced? A brain scan, a philosophical paper, or a meditation insight? I love hearing how you feel about the question as much as the logical arguments. Sparkles,
Okay, very nice answer, and I am impressed your answer. So, my next question is, how did Indian philosophies like Vedanta and Buddhism view consciousness?
I'm glad you liked the overview. Let's dive into how two major Indian traditions, Vedanta and Buddhism, talk about consciousness. I'll keep it bite sized, then we can explore any part that sparks your curiosity. 1. Vedanta, the end of the Vedas. Hash core idea consciousness equals the ultimate reality. School how it describes consciousness, key terms you'll hear. Advaita non dual, the true self Atman is pure, unchanging consciousness. The world we see is a Maya, appearance that hides this underlying awareness. Sat Siddha Ananda, existence Sat, consciousness Siddha, bliss Ananda. Vishishtadvaita, qualified non dual. Atman is an individualized, loving consciousness that is a mode of the supreme Brahman. You retain personality, but are inseparable from the divine. Brahman Siva as a personal, conscious deity. Prabhava manifestation. Dvaita, dualistic. Atman equals Jiva, individual soul, a distinct conscious being that forever remains separate from Brahman, the supreme conscious deity. Jiva Brahman distinction. Sutta pure, consciousness of God versus Sadarana ordinary, human consciousness. How consciousness works in Vedanta. 1. Pure awareness, Siddhi, is self-luminous. It knows itself without needing anything else. 2. The mind-body complex, including thoughts, emotions, senses, is instrumental. It appears to act, but the true actor is the underlying Atman. 3. Liberation, MOK letter 1E63, equals realizing that your self is that same pure consciousness, not the fleeting mental chatter. A quick practice you can try. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and watch the thoughts that arise. When a thought shows up, silently note thinking and let it pass, returning attention to the I am aware. Over time, you may glimpse that sense of awareness that stays the same, even as thoughts change. Very much the in action. 2. Buddhism, especially early Buddhism and later Mahayana schools. Hash core idea. No permanent self-essence Atman, right arrow consciousness is a process, not a static thing. Aspect traditional Buddhist view, what it means for consciousness. 5 aggregates Skandhas Vijnana consciousness is just one of the 5 streams. Form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Consciousness arises dependently on sense organs and objects. It constantly changes. Anatman no self, there is no enduring self that owns consciousness. What we call I is a convenient label for the flowing process. The mind is a continuous stream of moments, siddhas, each conditioned by the previous one. Yogacara, mind only, School consciousness is the foundation of experience. Everything we perceive is a projection of mind. Introduces Alea Vajnana, storehouse consciousness, a kind of deep, latent layer that stores karmic imprints and gives rise to the moment flow. Madhyamaka, middle way, school, all phenomena, including consciousness, are emptied of inherent existence. They exist only interdependently. No thing like consciousness exists on its own. It's a dependent. How Buddhist practice explores consciousness. 1 S a TIP, a letter 1E60, letter 1E60, H a macron N of foundations of mindfulness. Systematically observe the four domains: body, feelings, mind, and mental objects. 2 flash, and then fades, revealing its impermanent nature. 3 Mahamudra/Dzogchen, Tibetan traditions. Directly rest in the naturally luminous, empty awareness that underlies all mental activity, somewhat analogous to Vedanta's pure consciousness, but always described as non-self and empty. A simple meditation you can try, Buddhist style. Settle, sit upright, eyes half closed. Label each mental event: seeing, hearing, thinking, feeling, etc. Notice how each label appears and then disappears. There's no lingering owner of the label. After a few minutes, you may sense the space in which labels appear. This space is what Buddhism calls sunyata asterisk, emptiness of consciousness. 3 Putting the two side by side, quick cheat sheet. Dimension Vedanta Buddhism. Self exists as eternal Atman/Brahman, pure consciousness. No permanent self. Self is a convenient label for a flow of processes. Nature of consciousness unchanging, self-luminous, the ground of all experience. Impermanent, dependent, arising moment to moment, ultimately empty of inherent existence. Goal realize identity with Brahman right arrow liberation. MOK letter 1E63. See the emptiness of all aggregates right arrow liberation. NIRV a macron letter 1E47. Practice focus turning attention inward to the witnessing awareness, self-inquiry, asterisk atma vichara. Mindfulness of mental events, insight into impermanence and non-self. Even though the conclusions differ, both traditions use direct experiential practice to investigate the nature of mind.
Okay, sorry everyone, my mic is mute. So I said our conversation time is over. So until the next topic with a new conversation. So bye, Annie.
No worries at all, Riem. It happens. Take care, enjoy some quiet moments, and I'll be here whenever you want to dive back into another chat. Bye for now and see you soon. Sparkles.
Okay, so everyone, this is our conversation with Kalani on the topic conscious tracing the evolution of awareness. So until the next topic with a new conversation. So Allah Hafiz everyone.